Strengthening cybersecurity might be a top priority for a lot of people, but a report shows it's our passwords that are often the weak link. A password security company, SplashData, says some of the most common passwords in 2014, also meaning the worst passwords in 2014, included monkey, let me in, trust no one, ABC, 123, Batman. Dan Ackerman from our partners at CNET joins us. Dan, good morning.
Good morning to you guys. And these were the same bad passwords as people had last year and the year before. They never changed.
Let me in is great.
Yeah. I mean, and listen, I plead guilty because I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I used to do that. And
used
password.
To do.
Yeah,
You've changed that since then.
I've definitely changed it. But why is it such a bad thing to use something that's so simple? Because everybody can figure it out.
Right. If they have this list of the most common passwords, the 100 most common passwords, if somebody knows everybody's username, usually your email address, they can just go down the list and check every website and do a username and 100 different password combo, and see if they can get in. And if they get in one place, you probably use the same combination somewhere else. It's like using the same key for your door at your office and your home and your garage. You've kind of given away the keys to the kingdom there.
So what are the best ways to create a secure password?
Oh, it is tough. This is one of those answers that's not going to satisfy anybody. I used to say for years that you didn't really have to have a different password for every website. That was too much. I've come to the conclusion that's not actually true. You do need a unique password for everything.
That seems so extra to me, Dan.
It's horrible, but I suggest that people come up with a password formula. You start with a base word or phrase, like in the back I just said, like sticks and stones, something that's a couple of words strung together that you'll remember, and then like whatever, don't use this example because I'm using it as an example, but you take like, the first letter of the website you're going to and put that at the end, and then like a number you'll remember.
So here's something that I think works. Let's say today is January 22nd, 2015. If that's your password, and then for Amazon, do AM, January 22nd, 2015. For your Fresh Direct, FD, and then those letters.
But
and then
are you going to remember what that date
Barn,
is?
PB. Well, yeah, you pick a date that you would remember.
Right,
Use that same date for all your passwords, and then put the first 2 letters for each of your accounts. Amazon, Pottery Barn,
and that's
NM,
a formula.
Neiman
Yeah,
Marcus,
that's exactly
whatever
right.
the things you use, and then those numbers. And
so
that's
every password is unique, but they're related to each other, so you're probably going to remember them. That's actually a great formula.
I think that's a good idea. And you think you have to have letters and numbers? You think that
they usually
best?
require that. They usually require a combination now of uppercase and lowercase and numbers, occasionally a symbol. So it's getting to the point where it's not sustainable, which is why eventually we're going to have to.
Don't you do online banking?
No.
You don't?
Nope.
Gail King.
I know, I don't.
What about shopping?
I still like writing a check and putting it in an envelope and getting a stamp. I still like doing that.
Old school.
Old school.
They do have password managers where you can store passwords. Do you use those? Do you encourage them?
I don't use them personally. I know a lot of people who use them and like them. You are putting all your passwords at what I call a single point of potential failure. And if you move around to a lot of different machines, different phones, tablets, laptops, desktops, you go to the coffee shop or use a public computer, it's kind of hard to keep track of that. I think the formula is a little more personal and you're not giving your passwords to someone else to hold, but it is not sustainable in the long term, and we're going to have to turn to something like biometrics eventually to just get rid of passwords completely.
I like Nora's idea and the idea of using a phrase too. I think that's good.
Someday it'll just be our fingerprints or our eyes.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dan.
You could do CBS This Morning like 2013 when our show started, and then put whatever, letters you have beforehand.
But don't use that one because she said it.
That's actually the CBS This Morning password for everything.